After being airborne for 21 hours, traveling to the other end of the globe, I was keen enough to appreciate tonight's featured tech toy more than I probably would have. My journey, which started in Nairobi, took me to West Africa, to the Ghanaian coastal capital of Accra, then to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and finally a gruesome 10 hours across the US and Canada to the west coast US city of Seattle, where I was supposed to see the new Dreamliner Boeing 787, which I was informed would make journeys like the one I had just taken much more bearable. I was surprised to realize that my host city, traditionally known for its famous sons such as Bill Gates and Paul Allen from Microsoft, its legendary seafood, unusually clean streets even by American standards, and the Space Needle, was actually much more dependent on its aeronautical innovations courtesy of the Boeing plant. So with little time to nurse my jet lag, I was off to see the Dreamliner, an exclusive tour that would see us becoming one of very few people to have seen the world's most anticipated plane before it makes its first commercial flight in the next few weeks. Tucked away inside the largest building in the world, in Everett, Washington, are the first few Dreamliners being assembled. And the first impression that this jet gives is refinement as opposed to revolution, efficiency as opposed to flamboyance. In a matter of minutes, any frequent flyer stepping into the Dreamliner notices the windows are 65% larger than those in existing aircraft, giving passengers a view of the horizon from any seat on the plane and reducing the feeling of being trapped in a metal tube, and probably significantly reducing arguments over windows. In fact, you can see outside and have a connection to the magic of flight regardless of where you are on the plane. The larger windows have been made possible by the use of composite materials in the fuselage, material that can handle the loads of larger cutouts.
Inside the airplane, you're going to see things such as higher cabin altitude, lower cabin pressure, all the things that the passengers will recognize as benefiting them on these long-haul flights. Larger windows, full spectrum LED lighting, so different things like that that are going to make these long-haul flights a little bit more comfortable.
But besides the decor that's almost unbeatable, it's the efficiency that this jet promises that has seen the world's leading airlines, including our very own Kenya Airways, scrambling to make their orders, with KQ already having ordered 14 Dreamliners.
One of the things about the Dreamliner is it's a total game changer. A game changer for the airlines for economics, a game changer for the airlines for passenger experience. With the Dreamliner, you're going to see a 20% reduction in fuel consumption, which also relates to 20% reduction in carbon footprint.
Another aspect that's been introduced is electromagnetic shades that allow passengers to dim the windows but still see outside. The 787 will have a wider cabin, allowing for wider seats and aisles. Boeing says the Dreamliner cabin could offer the widest economy seats in the industry, but depending on the individual airline's chosen configurations. The 787 will also have the largest overhead storage compartments in the air, designed around the most common types of carry-on luggage to maximize use of space.
In general, the shape of airplanes, when you're standing in the terminal looking at an airplane out on the ramp, has not changed a great deal back from the initial jet airplanes like the 707, for example. It's all today now about efficiency. It's about how efficiently, how cheaply we can operate an airplane from an origin to destination.
After an entire week of sitting and walking through several demonstrations, it was time for me to take to the flight deck.
You're fine.
Well, clearly, my place still belongs in the passenger's seat, or even better, the Space Needle in downtown Seattle, sampling the city from the skies. In the future, the world will keep on relying on such advancements to enhance the way we live our day-to-day lives. Reporting for KTN from the Boeing plant in Seattle, Washington, in the US, I'm James Karani.